another video. This is studio vlog number 2, and I believe the most of this is going to be, there's some hand lettering stuff in there, maybe. Definitely a lot of mail. I'm finally going to talk about books like the title says, and that's pretty much everything. So go ahead, like, subscribe. My camera just readjusted my lighting for me automatically. I think that's a good thing. Maybe less pale, so good on that. Anyway, subscribe, describe whatever you want in the comments, and keep on watching for the video. Toodles! I got mail today, yay! So I'm just gonna go over all the fun stuff I did, and then I'm actually going to swatch some of these. I'm so excited. I have a bunch of trades I have a couple of trades that came in, and as well as the art supplies that I traded original art for as well. So if you don't know, I'm a part of a group that trades artist trading cards, and they're these adorable little 2.5 by 3.5 cards, so pretty much the size of a standard playing card, and we trade them around like crazy. Every month there's a theme, and you can participate in the theme. There's also weekend trades where if you have some extras you can call dibs and trade for art, as well as occasional art supply trades for art. So the first thing I'm going to go into is this one. And this is from Mongoose Jack Art. Everybody is going to be linked in the description below. But I trade him his beautiful poison ivy. Like, look at this. Wait, the camera's over there. I don't know where the camera is. Let's keep it in the middle. His beautiful poison ivy for a Starfire that I did. And I no longer have it, and I filmed this after the fact, so I will probably throw in a picture of Starfire somewhere. We'll find out. He also included the cutest sticker ever. Look, it's Memphis. It's Memphis. Look how cute this is. He got like so perfect. Look how cranky that cat is. I love it. I had to find like the perfect spot to stick it. And yeah. The next one that I have is these beautiful flowers from Lonely Pine Art. She's doing 100 days of lonely ATCs, and I traded her this for my blue mountain and flower scape that I have. Again, picture. Here. Anyway, I love this card in person. She has like beautiful watercolor work going on, so super delicate and super clear, and I'm so excited to add it to my collection. Yay! Next I traded Papkins for a bunch of markers. So these are, I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a ooh. 5, 6 of the Wink of Lunas. So these are Kiritaki. They're the metallic, like, liquid brush pens. So I'm super excited to play with these and swatch these. See? Focus. Yeah. Brush pens. So I'm going to be doing that a little bit later. I'm going to see how they work with watercolors, see if they are water soluble, all that good stuff. She also threw in a Wink of Stella, which are their glittery ones. And super glittery. That's just focusing on my face. Don't focus on my face. And I do have 3 Wink of Stellas already, so this is a fun one to add to my collection. She also included the cutest little mushroom character as well, and an awesome print that is basically me on Mondays. So as I said, everyone is going to be linked down below. I highly suggest checking them out. If you are a fellow artist, you can also check out the group. And yeah, that's all I got for now. So on to the rest of the video, I guess. Remember how I said I'm a hermit and usually don't get out much? Well, I'm out because it's gorgeous outside actually today. And there in the distance is the Philadelphia skyline. I do actually live in Philadelphia, technically, but because I'm on the outskirts, I'm not right in the middle of Center City, so I get this really lovely view on my walk. I'm currently walking on an old reservoir. I'm keeping my voice down because I don't want to seem like one of those weirdos, you know, talks to themselves while they're walking. And it's really nice. As I said, it's like 50 degrees outside, so don't let this snow fool you. And it's peaceful. I think it's about a little less than a mile if you do the whole loop. So it's a really good walk. Do a couple of loops, you get your exercise in for the day. Every now and again I get brave. Not brave, ambitious. And I'll start my couch to 5K, but I never make it past the first week. So I'll just redo that week over and over again. So I just think of it as like a high intensity interval workout, right? So yeah. That's all I got for right now. So I apologize in advance for looking in the wrong spot for the majority of this video, but I still haven't quite gotten that down. It's really weird looking at it, seeing myself in the corner when I just want to look at myself. Is that vain of me? I don't know. So what I want to talk about now is the book I just finished. So this is Dry by Neal Shusterman and Jarrod Shusterman. And it was excellent. I think, let's see. Basically, the premise of the book is California's water source just got cut off. No one has any water. And it's a look at the breakdown of society through the eyes of mostly teenagers, actually. There's a couple adults in there, but it is mostly teenagers. And how society is breaking down because there is no water. And first of all, background, I already love Neal Shusterman because, I mean, I read Scythe and the second one. Yeah, I love this author so much that I can't remember the second. I read Scythe, and I think the second one was Thundercloud. Thunderhead? No, Thunderhead. Balls. Hold on. About the author. Thunderhead, yes. He has a ton of other books that I'm gonna go hunt down and start reading as well. But I've read Scythe, I read Thunderhead, I love them. I think I finished both of them within a day. And this one I think took me 2 days to read. And they are fairly short. I mean, it's 391 Kindle pages. So I finished in 2 days. I'm a pretty fast reader. And it is a little bit on the shorter side, but I'm rambling. I don't know what's going on. This is why YouTubers actually write their own scripts. That makes a lot of sense. I'm just flying off the cuff here, so don't mind me. But anyway, so it's pretty much the breakdown of society, and there are 4 main characters, and you're looking at how they're trying to survive within this breakdown, as well as finding water. It's really eye-opening. Like, I am on the East Coast. I have never experienced a wildfire in my life. I've never struggled for water or anything like that. So it's coming from this kind of place, it's a really big eye-opener of like how valuable of a resource water is, as well as how much we take it for granted. And this book, honestly, like, I wanted to go to like Costco or BJ's or Sam's Club or anything and just stock up on bottles of water after reading this. I don't care how bad for the environment plastic bottles are, I just want like a closet full of water cases now. But it is a big eye-opener, and it's, I don't know, I really enjoyed it. I'm really bad at these. I did have a little bit of issues occasionally where sometimes the characters aren't overly relatable. Like, Alyssa kind of gives Mary Sue vibes, but it's not super terrible. Like, I can forgive her for being a Mary Sue. It's not one of those really annoying, look at me, I'm so perfect and everyone loves me. Like, she had her flaws, they were there, but she still has a little bit of that Mary Sue vibe. Part of that, I feel like, comes from a male author running a female character. Sometimes I feel no matter how good that author is, it's hard to write when you are not that person. So, but he still does a very, very good job. And if I could figure out how to find my highlights again in my Kindle, I did want to read out some of them, but I have to find them. Oh, there they are. My notebook. Maybe. So some of them is like really, really like pertinent to like right now. This is like right after and spoilers, I guess, be warned. But this is like right after the water got turned off. And the main highlight was like, she's watching the TV where a news anchor is blathering about the flow crisis. That's what the media has been calling the drought ever since people got tired of hearing the word drought. Kind of like the way global warming became climate change and war became conflict, which I think is really, really important to think about. Like, how flow crisis does make drought sound a lot less serious than it really is, and war becoming conflict. Again, it's sugarcoating something that we really shouldn't sugarcoat ever. Global warming to climate change, I actually think climate change is the better word for it, because you always have those people, it's like, no, if it's global warming, why is it so cold in the winters? It's climate change, people. Like, global warming, climate change, the globe is heating up, and that's what's causing these extreme temperature problems. Please consult a scientist. But I digress. There's another one in the same chapter too, where it's like, but when something drastic happens, there's a lag time. It's not quite denial and not quite shock, but more like a mental freefall. And that's like, as someone who grew up on the East Coast, I grew up very close to New York City. I remember exactly the day, like, everything that happened on September 11th. Like, I knew where I was when I found out when the towers fell. I remember how weird it was sitting in my apartment and not hearing planes go overhead. Like, we were, like, right in the path of all the major airports, and no planes going overhead was the strangest thing. And everyone's just walking around with this, like, slightly dazed look on their faces because they're going through this, like, mental freefall of, like, how did this happen? Why is this happening? This one just made me laugh. It was like, I would have preferred to sit in the front seat, but Alyssa's brother called it, and if we don't adhere to the convention of calling shotgun, what rule of law is left to us? And it's just so great, like, seeing little bits of, like, normality when the world's falling apart. Like, this is an actual, like, character trying their best to, like, hold on to some form of normalcy by adhering to the rules of shotgun. Another one that, like, made me laugh was, but if not having dysentery is where the bar is set, that's a pretty low bar. And then it also, like, talks, like, the book also does talk about government a little bit, and it's like, this highlight was great, was the key to being a good leader is acute observation and subtle manipulation, which is very, very true. Subtle manipulation is so subtle that no one knows they're being manipulated. Come to think of it, that's also the key to a successful government. And it's true. Like, we get manipulated by so many things every day, whether it be advertisements, whether it be Fox News telling us that there's no such thing as global warming and climate change, whether it be the anti-vax movement. We're always being manipulated by someone telling us this is what we should be doing, this is what we should be thinking. Every time you scroll through your Instagram feed and you see all those influencers and stuff, you're being manipulated. Every time you watch YouTube videos, you're being manipulated. It's just human nature. That's what we do. And it's not always bad, but it's still there. So those were my main highlights from it. I really did enjoy this book. It's very thought-provoking, especially for like a young adult fiction book too. Like, these are the things that I want to give this book to adults and say, read this book. This is, like, we need to do something about what's going on, whether you're there or not, whether you're living it or not. The book does go over, like, how, at some point where it's just, like, no one cares if it's not in the news because it's quiet. It's silent. Like, having the water turned off in California is a big deal for the people in California, but it's not newsworthy because you can't see it. Like, but if there's a hurricane on the East Coast that's just causing destruction, that's newsworthy because that's gonna get you views. People want to see that destruction, and it's a really good point. And I don't know, I feel like I'm rambling this whole time. Next time I will definitely write notes. I highly recommend the book though. Again, it's Dry by Neal and Jarrod Shusterman. I highly recommend Neal Shusterman's other books as well. Well, the 2 that I've read. I still have to read the other ones. And yeah, that's my book review for this.